men's singles quarter-final action. Please welcome to Rod Laver Arena, looking to reach the semi-finals of the Australian Open for the first time, the 8th seed from Japan, Kei Nishikori. And his opponent, the winner of 6 Australian Open championships, the holder of 14 Grand Slam titles, the world's #1 player from Serbia, Novak Djokovic.
Certainly a big roar for that man, Novak Djokovic, the world's #1. Looking forward to this. My name's Jeff Masters. Delighted to have sitting next to me former Australian Davis Cup captain and great player. Good guy as well. John Fitzgerald, how's that for a wrap, John?
Well, don't overuse those adjectives, Jeff. It's great to be with you though, mate. It's a big night, isn't it? The quarter-final night, the world #1 in action. The greatest player ever out of Japan, his opponent. And they've had some battles in the past, so looking forward to it. Perfect conditions, by the way.
Indeed, it's been a beautiful day, albeit just a little bit breezy, just 22 degrees centigrade at the moment. As I said, it's been a very sunny day. South-southwesterly breezes up to around 20 k outside. I think that will be very, very modest inside of this beautiful Rod Laver Arena. The improvements continue here, Fitzy, don't they, at Melbourne Park? It's just been amazing what's been achieved here.
Incredible. I'm not sure about you, but years ago, when we were playing at the Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club at the Australian Open, we never really foresaw this, did we? It's an amazing facility.
Okay, our guest for the coin toss today. Still the same since the first round. Do you guys have any questions? No questions? Okay, no questions? Okay. Who you want to coin toss? Huh? Novak or Kei? Novak? Okay, have a Rod Laver or A and Z? Rod Laver, okay, so yours. That's a good one. And is A and Z. Receive, receive. Okay, picture facing that.
What an opportunity for that young man. What a photo he'll have for posterity. And the game face on the players, and why wouldn't they have their game faces on? A big moment, quarterfinal of a Grand Slam, and that man on screen, Kei Nishikori, he's done so much work to get here. Novak Djokovic, as we mentioned, just a little less so. Kei Nishikori, he's got the job ahead of him, Fitzy. His record against Novak is not too flash.
No, he's got a couple of wins against him, but a lot of losses, doesn't he? And generally, Novak's had his number. They know each other's games intimately, really. They've played so many times now.
Let's have a closer look at Kei Nishikori. He lives in Bradenton, Florida these days. Of course, he was born in Shimane in Japan. He's age 29. His year-end ranking was 9. He's seeded 8th here. He's been as high as #4. That was in March of 2015. Has 12 career titles, the last of which came just a couple of weeks ago in Brisbane. And his best Grand Slam, of course, is runner-up in the US Open in 2014 to Marin Cilic. Never been past the quarterfinals here at the Australian Open, and his high-intensity changes. We'll go through that a little later. There's been more than anybody else here. That's the change of direction, etc., that he's had to do on so many occasions. Let's have a look at just how he made this situation today. And as we mentioned, he's done an awful lot of work. First round match went 5, although Majchuk had to default in the 5th. He suffered with cramps. He went 5 sets with Karlovic. Sursa was a little bit easier. And then, of course, that last match as well, going 5 sets against Carina Busta, a little controversially. So he's had an awful lot of time on court. In fact, a total of 13 hours and 47 minutes. Novak Djokovic, born, of course, in Serbia, lives in Monte Carlo primarily these days. He's 31 years of age. Year-end #1, had a fantastic finish to 2018, 14 career titles, including 6 here at the Australian Open, equal to Roy Emerson and Roger Federer from that point of view. Also won in Cincinnati and Shanghai last year. His time on court, well, only 9 hours and 44 minutes. He's physical journey to get here. 5th most as far as the total kilojoules he's had to expend. And high intensity changes, 285, 7th most.
3 minutes.
We'll go through that information for you in detail later, but the bottom line is Nishikori, Fitzy, has done an awful lot more work to get here, as we just have one final look at Novak's road. He's only lost 2 sets to get to this stage, one against Denis Shapovalov of Canada, and one, of course, in his last round against Daniil Medvedev, but will certainly be the fresher of the two, surely.
Yes, and it worries me that that might have an influence on tonight's outcome. I did Kei Nishikori's previous match. It was a bone crusher, so to speak. It would have taken a lot out of him, and that's the 3rd time he's been to 5 sets in the first 4 rounds. So I worry about the cumulative effect that these players go through and how that treats them early in the second week. If the great players tend, and you see their heads head-to-head, 15-2, which is very telling, I think.